Thank you for participating tonight. We will now begin with an opening statement from head coach Eric Musselman and then go to questions. Please use the raise hand function to indicate you would like to ask a question. When you're called on for your question, please state your name and affiliation first. Coach, please give us a brief opening statement and then we will go to questions.
Yeah, I just want to give Baylor a ton of credit. I thought that, they played phenomenal tonight, especially offensively. Our locker room, gave us all they could. Came up empty. We've had a great, 2 months. Played at a very, very high level. But, again, tonight just have to give Baylor credit.
Now we will go to questions from the media. Please use the raise hand function to indicate you would like to ask a question. Our first question is from Bob Holt, Arkansas Democrat-Gazette.
Eric, great season. You guys have come back all year and you cut 18-4. But did you just feel like Baylor is just too good a team and that they went on that 10-1 run late? Kind of what do you think made the difference there?
I just think they're a really good team. They got, All-Americans. We had 3 freshmen in our starting lineup. Obviously, we were the youngest team and left in the Sweet 16. Those guys earned their starts based on how they played, but it's asking a lot for 3 freshmen in an Elite 8 game. Those guys played great. JD offensively was phenomenal, but the foul trouble. Baylor's a really, really good team. They're the best team that we played this year. The effort, when we got down, we could have hung our heads, but we played really hard. I can tell you that, for the people that were live watching it. We played extremely hard, but lacked some scoring at times, and defensively, they hit some tough shots on us. And then the turnovers too. We knew coming in, they're a team that, our 15 turnovers, not astronomical, but 21 points off them, just too much to overcome. We out-rebounded them. Usually we talk about rebounding being an effort stat. So, we were worried about the glass, and we played small ball, and we still out-rebounded, and we just their guards were just too much off the bounce.
Our next question is from Scotty Bordelon.
Hey, Coach, what are you going to appreciate most about this team in this run?
It's raw right now, Scotty. As a competitor, you want to win every game. So right now, I'm thinking about the 40 minutes that just happened, and I think that all of us are really proud of the season that we've had. We got, scorching hot at the right time to end the season. We played with confidence. We were a basketball team that got better every single day. They came to practice and worked every day. Even today at our shoot-around, we continue to work on some fundamentals that hopefully, can help all of our guys individually wherever they are. But it was a great season. We don't really know the impact because we've been in a bubble, in a controlled environment, in a hotel for a very long time. We don't know what the outside, world is. We're playing in, arenas that are not full like they usually are, and going back to our hotel. So I think that, the impact of what this team has accomplished this year, I think all of us will start feeling it, once we get back to normalcy.
Our next question is from Andrew Hutchinson.
Yeah, Coach, Moses has been so good for y'all all year, but he was just 6 of 30 over these last 2 games. What do you think contributed to his shooting struggles?
Probably just the defense, really keying in on him, a major part of opponents' scouting reports. That probably would be what I would contribute it to.
Our next question is from Curtis Wilkerson.
Coach, are you able to put into words what guys like Jalen, Tate, Justin Smith, and Vance Jackson, seniors who took a chance on Arkansas, have meant to the program this year?
No, I mean our transfers. First of all, they're especially if you're a grad transfer, it's a leap of faith. It's your last college experience, both as a student and as an athlete or a basketball player. As a basketball player, it's your last piece to your resume before you move on. To hopefully play at some level professionally. And so the faith and the trust that those three guys, gave us, and because we only had 1 year of body of work at Arkansas, and those three guys, I can't say enough about. Without those guys, we're not here. I can tell you that. And they did a great job in the locker room. They did a great job with our freshmen. I thought our seniors did a phenomenal job trying to build the freshmen up every single day, and they allowed our freshmen to be stars because they're such unselfish people.
Our next question is from Carter Hill, fifth quarter.
Yeah, Coach, Carter Hill with fifth quarter. Congratulations on a great season. Kind of piggybacking off an earlier one, how much do you intend to use this one as fuel heading into next season, and really how excited does this game make you for next season?
No, I mean, I think that this run, can certainly help us next season. Again, I'm stinging from the loss, and all competitors hate to lose, and so I'm sure when we get out of this building and we fly back home tomorrow, we'll have time to reflect once we get back to Northwest Arkansas, but the locker room's disappointed. We came into this game to try to win the game, but a phenomenal season, and certainly a season in year two that we can all build upon.
Our next question is from Bob Holt, Arkansas Democrat-Gazette.
Eric, JD, he was phenomenal scoring. I think he had 14 points in 15 minutes. But how tough was it that he couldn't play, maybe his usual 30-something when he's hot like that?
Yeah, I mean, we needed him to play tonight, Bob, and quite frankly, his dribble penetration. I mean, we were just going to see how long he could play out there, and then he picked up a fifth, way too early. But I thought he played great offensively, and certainly, we needed him to play as many minutes as he could when he's playing like he was tonight, because he had a good rhythm and flow to the game and kind of understood how their defense was playing him. Unfortunately, defensively, he just picked up way too many cheap fouls.
Our next question is from Randy Rainwater. Randy, go ahead and unmute and ask your question.
There you go. Eric, talk about the inability to finish at the rim tonight. What do you think was the problem there? The defense of Baylor, or what do you think was the issue finishing at the cup?
Well, I think we outscored them in the paint 40-36. Obviously in the second half, we did not shoot the ball or score the ball or convert the ball as well as we would like. But we did shoot 48% from the field against a really, really good defensive team. So, if someone told me that we were going to be able to shoot 48% from the field, we probably would have taken that. It was our defense is where we thought the major issues were.
Our final question is from Andrew Hutchinson.
Coach, you mentioned the turnovers earlier. 10 of those came in the first half, only 5 in the second half. What was kind of the key to getting that cleaned up?
Yeah, I just think we had better offensive spacing. I think that we understood the force that their defense played with. Obviously we had a really short turnaround, just as Baylor did. And so, I just thought that once our guys kind of got a flow for how their defense was playing, I thought we certainly took better care of the ball. They do a great job, like if you long outlet pass, and we had way too many, what I would consider, unforced turnovers off outlet passes or trying to throw advanced passes up the floor.
Thank you, Coach, for your time today.
Thank you.
We will be joined momentarily by Jalen Tate. Please use this time to raise or lower your hand as necessary. We are now joined by Jalen Tate. Please use the raise hand function to indicate you would like to ask a question. When you're called on for your question, please state your name and affiliation first. Our first question is from Scotty Bordelon.
Scotty Bordelon with HawgBeat.com in Arkansas. Jalen, how do you hope, I know loss is still fresh, but how do you hope this team is remembered, and what mark do you think you and this team made in terms of kind of revitalizing the program and putting it back on a national stage?
This team will never be forgotten, man. This group has done a lot for this program and the culture of this program. I think in year 2 with this coaching staff, man, it just puts you on a jump start in the right direction, man. It puts those expectations in a bit of a standard. It sets the standard for every single year. The work that we put in and the work that the players coming in will have to put in, and just, the expectations of the returners every year, you'll want to get back to this point and get back to these experiences. So to be able to do what we did, especially in a year like COVID where you're faced with a lot of challenges and just a different way of life, honestly, us being in the bubble included, honestly, you can't say enough about this team. Obviously, we want the outcome of the night to go different, but I think this team will just, when we get back and give it some time to heal a little bit, you'll remember everything we did.
Next question is from Bob Holt, Arkansas Democrat-Gazette.
Jalen, you guys have been a comeback team all year, especially in this tournament, and you look like you might do it again when you cut that 18-point deficit to 4. What do you think? Was Baylor just too good to get all the way over the hump against them, or what? And they sort of pulled away late there. What do you think happened there?
That's a really good team across the way, man. And just, we've been doing that all year. I'm not sure why it happens, but it's really hard to come back, especially from down 18. I didn't even know we were down that much at one point in the game, but it just shows the resiliency of this group. We almost did it. We weren't able to tonight. We did a lot on our 12-game win streak, and especially these 3 past games in the tournament. We just had a great fight, and we were able to dig in and get back.
Our next question is from Curtis Wilkerson.
Jalen, you kind of mentioned just laying the foundation with this group. Can you just talk about doing that with the 3 freshmen, playing as much as they did, and then being able to serve as a mentor for them?
Our freshmen are great, man. They made this experience everything it was for me, honestly. Every single one of the guys, but the freshmen especially, because they come to me for advice on the court, off the court. They listen tremendously, man, and it's just amazing to see them flourish the way they did. Guys like Devo Davis and Jalen Williams, who had no playing time early in the year and may have started to get down for themselves, but myself and Justin Smith, we were just letting them know, like, your time's going to come, honestly. It's a long season, especially the things they were able to accomplish during conference. And, you look down the stretch now, and without those guys, we're nowhere near where we are now. So just to watch them, Moses Moody included, man, once in a lifetime player to play with, honestly, and just really a tremendous talent. I'm excited to see what all 3 of them can do after this.
Our next question is from Andrew Hutchinson.
Jalen, kind of along those lines, I was wondering about Devo. Where did you see him grow the most on the court, and where do you think he could take his game next year?
To the NBA. Devo Davis, man, is a tremendous just energizer bunny. There's not a thing he can't do on the court, honestly. I'd love to see him, really take on that leadership role going forward, because he can do it. I think, maybe some catch and shoot opportunities, but I think we all see the work he puts in, and although it doesn't show up on a stat sheet every time as far as his percentages, I know he's capable of doing almost anything on the basketball court. So I can't put my finger on one thing that Devo can't do, honestly, and I think he can go as far as his game is going to take him.
Our next question is from Carter Hill, fifth quarter.
Yeah, Jalen, Carter Hill with fifth quarter. Congratulations on a great season. I'm just curious, how much has Coach meant to you in your time here at Arkansas?
Coach meant everything, honestly. Like, I took a blind leap of faith, honestly, not taking any visits, and really just, he stood by me, didn't make any empty promises. He pushed me even when I didn't want to be pushed. Coach is really, like, you just see how emotional he is about the game every single day. And, sometimes in the season it gets annoying or, you might get a little backlash. But looking back, like, I'll never have anybody like him, honestly. And I've never had anybody like him. He's a once-in-a-lifetime coach, really. And just his passion for the game, his passion for success really matched mine. And I think that's why we were able to do what we did this year.
Next question is from Tom Murphy.
Jalen, what was the importance of Mitchell's presence for them in the second half, and how difficult was it to contain? What was it like trying to cover him?
Davion Mitchell is one of the fastest guys I've ever guarded, especially this year. But he's definitely a tough cover. You could tell they're a completely different team with him out there on both sides of the ball. He's a facilitator for them as well as just really their anchor defensively. So he causes a lot of problems on both sides of the ball. He's an excellent dribble driver. He can also knock down shots, and he's as good as anybody we played this year.
Our next question is from Scotty Bordelon.
Hey, Jalen, when Baylor jumped out 13-2, is there anything you can put your finger on you guys' end that led to that?
Not exactly. I think they came out hot. They're a confident group. They're an older group. So with games like that, especially against a younger group like us, in the terms of the fact that we just start three freshmen, I think they may have. Honestly, I can't put my finger on it. No, I wouldn't say there's any one thing that would jump out. We're a team that usually gets down in the first half, and tonight wasn't any different.
Our next question is from Bob Holt, Arkansas Democrat Gazette.
Jalen, we know Moses is probably moving on to the NBA. You and Justin, I'm sure, have a shot to play pro ball. But Devo's back. Jalen, the other Jalen's back. Note's back. What do you think about the future for this team? Eric, he's added some good recruits already. I'm sure they'll add some more good ones.
The core of this team that will return will have this experience to fall back on and to push them forward. And the work ethic that they saw them have, I think they'll continue to increase that. And I believe that, with this coaching staff and with the support of the community and the fans, they'll definitely do everything they can to get back to this. They're high-character guys and super competitors, man. So I believe they'll push one another and the people that are brought in to have the same success.
Our next question is from Andrew Hutchinson.
Jalen, similar to what I asked about Devo earlier, how did you see Jalen Williams improve throughout the year and where?
He came into his own on both sides of the ball, really. Just an excellent screen setter to come in, and you can always tell he had the loudest voice, but sometimes Jay Will would say things just to say them. By the end of the year, he was making calls that were like, okay, detrimental to us getting wins or detrimental to us getting stops. He became a tenacious rebounder, just excellent, one of the best in the country, honestly, that I had seen. And he became an anchor on, honestly, both sides of the ball. He was making calls on both sides and telling me what we should run and giving me suggestions. And even with our coverages, helping out a lot. So I think he just came into his own as far as the maturity level and, his understanding of the game overall.
Our final question is from Bob Holt, Arkansas Democrat Gazette.
Yeah, Jalen, I think they never muted. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, sorry. JD was obviously in a scoring group tonight, but he just didn't get to play enough minutes. How tough was that? He scores 14 and 15. If he could have played 32 or whatever like he usually does when he's hot. You know, who knows what might have happened.
Honestly, I think some calls just didn't go his way. Unfortunately, you know, sometimes it's how it goes. I think the game, I'm not going to say we would have definitely won the game, but I think we would have had a better shot at the end of the game with him out there on the court, man. He's an excellent combo guard, scorer, facilitator, and, you know, it's unfortunate that this had to be his last game of the year and he couldn't, you know, the refs kind of took it out of his hands a little bit with some of the 50-50 calls that didn't bounce his way. And, you know, I think JD will continue to do great things, both, you know, in basketball and in life, honestly, but life after Arkansas. So I think, you know, it was a pleasure to play with him this year, and I can't wait to see what he's able to do after this.
Hey, thanks, Jay. I really enjoyed covering you this year.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, Jalen, for your time. That's it for tonight. A full transcript will be provided by ASAP Sports at ncaa.com/transcripts. You can also find a recording of this press conference in the NCAA Digital Media Hub at ncaa.veritone.com. Thank you for joining us.